This is quite possibly the most sentimental piece of decor that I own in the world. Thanksgiving, apparently, is the holiday we celebrate. Oh, it smells so good. I never regret getting rid of things. They served me for their time. It's possible to live with less, but still have a really cozy space. Just because it's on sale doesn't necessarily mean that you need it.
A palace of gold, gold, gold. A palace of gold, 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 gold.
Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel for this week's video, which is a declutter with me. And it's a special episode of my series called Messy to Minimal, where I've gone through every room of my house, done huge declutters, and in the end, my husband and I have been able to get rid of 75% of our stuff. This episode is special because it's actually my first official fall video of 2020. You guys know I love the fall time so much. I have learned so much on this journey toward a more minimal lifestyle that I have been implementing it in different areas of my life. And today we are gonna look at my fall decor collection because it is almost time for me to start setting out some of the stuff that I have. And while I have always tried to keep a more minimal number of things out as far as decor in my house goes, the collection of items that I have that is just simply not being used has grown and grown, and I really need to do a declutter. So that's what we're doing today, and then later on in this video I'm going to be sharing with you a very small decor haul of things that I've picked up this year to round out what I feel like I need after going through everything in those decor totes. I did this with my kids' school supplies and our homeschool area, going through everything before adding to our collection. That way I see everything in front of me. I get a really good perspective of what I have and what I might need. I know it's a bit early for fall time, it's still summer, and you're gonna think I'm just another YouTuber jumping the gun for views, but I promise you that's not what it's about. I have been a fall jump the gunner since I was a very small child. I love this time of the year, transitioning from summer into fall, and I really want to get myself prepared for that transition, for when it's time to start putting out this decor, by really taking stock of what I have and not holding on to things that I don't need anymore. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn that bell button on. And if you have missed the other videos in my Messy to Minimal Extreme Decluttering series, then I will leave that playlist linked in the description box so you can get all caught up. There's about 20 episodes, so hours upon hours of decluttering motivation for you guys. And if you're one of those people who have seen the other episodes in this series, then leave this emoji in the comments so that I can say hi to you and we can continue chit-chatting about our own journeys toward minimalism. But without further ado, I'm really excited to get out to the garage and bring my decor totes down, show you what I have in there, and then declutter what I don't need anymore. So let's go out there. Okay, so we're out in the garage now. Haley is with me here. You guys may have seen the bonus video that went up last week where I did some extreme decluttering here in the garage. And I had to do that because now I can actually get through to take these totes down. I have this tote, which my spring and summer stuff will go back into when I do bring out some fall stuff. And right now I have 3 fall decor totes, and it's not that I'm necessarily wanting to downsize the number of totes that I have. I just don't want them to be so stuffed full. So this is my fall decor tote, like fall in general. So it says anything non-Thanksgiving. Then I have fall linens, so this goes for like the whole fall season, pillows, blankets, etc. And then I have like strictly Thanksgiving decor that I add to whatever I have out for my fall decor. I have too many items that I am just not bringing out. Either it's because like I have sentimental attachment to them, which isn't typical for me, but when it comes to like the fall time and home decor, I get a little bit sentimental, as well as things that I'm keeping just in case that I don't need anymore. I'm gonna be as cutthroat as ever when it comes to decluttering, even though there are some sentimental attachments here, and we'll see what I end up decluttering out and what I end up keeping. So I just went through my fall like general tote, and I found a good handful of stuff that I'm not going to use anymore. And I'm wondering if I go through this fall linens tote, if there's enough to get rid of that I could actually combine these two totes. And I'm not looking to like downsize the number of totes that I have, but it might be helpful to be able to do that. So we'll have to see. Very observant viewer the last time I showed my garage noticed that there's no K in Thanksgiving. They said, "Mom moment, I can relate." Thanksgiving apparently is the holiday we celebrate. Okay, so I have quite the pile of stuff that I am no longer going to be needing, and this is about a tote's worth, so I might just be able to consolidate the totes like I was wondering if I could do. This is such a nice pillow from JCPenney. I'm definitely putting it up for grabs for my family first before I would donate it. JCPenney actually sent this to me when I was working with them on a video, and it's adorable, but my style has gotten less glam lately, and so anything with sparkles or anything glitzy just doesn't really fit into it. I've really changed over the last year. I'm going to pass that one on, and then this one as well. It just has this kind of sparkly welcome sign. It's super cute, but I have a different idea for my entry this Thanksgiving season, and so if I'm not going to use it, and I can't imagine using it in the next couple of years, then I'm just going to say goodbye to it. And then there were a couple of fall time linens that I don't need, just this little pillow cover, and this is actually a blanket scarf. It's kind of the wrong colors. I'm not really going for that this year, so that can go. And then lots of like faux leaves and floral and stuff like this. I really prefer to do live floral when I can. I think there is a time and a place for little faux stems, and I actually do have a couple that I have in mind for this year, but it's a different style than this. And I've held on to some of this stuff, like I've got this little like fuzzy willow and some cotton and these little pine cones on a sprig. They're just not my style anymore, and they've been sitting in the totes for a few years now. Something else that's been sitting in these totes for several years, I think since we moved into this house, so this will be our fourth fall time here, are these chargers. I have had these since Weston and I got married. I actually think a couple of these were used at our wedding. It's a $1 plastic charger from Michael's, and I also have this wooden one. I think this was from the Dollar Spot, and yeah, these might be sentimental just because they were at our wedding, but I'm not going to use them, so there's literally no point in me holding on to it. I'll just remember our wedding, and you know, I'm reminded of it every day because I'm married to like an amazing person. I don't need a gold charger to remind me about a happy day in my life, so that's moving on too. I have this little stack of these like orange lacy cutout little pails, and I've used them either for like candle holders or like pencil holders and stuff. But again, it's not my style. It's not really something that I can see, oh yeah, I want to put that out in my house this year. And I don't think I even put them out last year. So those are moving on as well. I actually just found these at the bottom of one of the totes. I bought these last year, and they're probably like 90% off. But we do little crafts or scatter these on the table, so I'm definitely holding on to these. These are the only two things in my maybe pile. I actually purchased this at the end of the season last year. They were so steeply discounted. I think everything was like 70% off in Bullseye's Playground when they were starting to bring out some Christmas stuff, and I just thought these little wooden like pumpkin banners were super cute. I shop sales at the end of the season for my kids' clothes, for some of my clothes, and for some decor. I've talked about it before, where you can find things so steeply discounted that sometimes it's better to wait until the end of the season to get them for the next year. But I will caution you, just because it's on sale doesn't necessarily mean that you need it. Am I glad I have them? I don't know. Time will tell. In a few days I am going to be putting this stuff out, and I might get to these. The rest of this stuff here that I just showed you is definitely a no. Throughout this process of pulling everything out, along the way, I have found a couple of things that I actually need to go out and get. That little floral thing that I mentioned before, as well as a couple of strings of lights. I thought I had some, and I actually think I used them at my sister Anna's wedding, and they either didn't make it back to me or they're somewhere else. So I'm making this running list of stuff that I still think I need to get, but I'm gonna show you the stuff that I'm choosing to keep. I'm gonna put you back up on the tripod, and as I piece stuff back into these totes, I'll just kind of explain what it is quickly as I put it all back together. Okay, first thing going back into the tote is this little fall time blanket. I got this last year in a fall haul that I shared with you guys. We are a blanket loving family here. I used to have a ton more blankets, but this one is really special. The boys really love that. I think I got these from Hobby Lobby or Michael's probably 6 or 7 years ago. So I have an owl, a squirrel, and a fox. My kids look forward to me putting these out every year, so definitely not something I can get rid of. They're super cute and neutral. One of the ways that I've kept things a little bit more minimal in my house, or just like clean looking, is to do a lot of neutrals. And so I have these white figurines, definitely keeping those. Another white thing is this pumpkin plate. I got this a few years ago with my mom. My mom and I love going to Michael's every year. Even if we don't buy a ton of stuff, it's just fun to like get some ideas and to walk through the aisles. I have this gold leaf plate that I've had for years and years, and it always finds a little spot in my house, and so I'm keeping that one. I have this pumpkin candy jar, which I bring out during Halloween time. I've had these for years and years. They're actually battery powered and they have little lights in them. They're just these 3 little gray pumpkins. I have this little set of 3 vases. I had this in the kids' bathroom last year, but with Haley fully potty trained now, we have a lot of mischief going on in the bathroom, so I might put this in a different place, but I want to hold on to it because I still really like it. Another thing we had in the bathroom last year was one of my only Bath & Body Works purchases I've ever made. Oh, it smells so good. This is the Spice Chestnut Scent, and it still is just as strong as last year, and I hardly burned any of it. This has so much life left in it, and it's money I've already spent. This is a sentimental thing. These are huge pine cones that my kids found while we were at a rest stop in Montana on a road trip we took in 2018. So I've had this one for years, and I'm a little on the fence about keeping it. It's not really my style anymore. I kind of don't do the whole farmhouse thing anymore, but it's really sentimental. This is one of the first pieces of decor that I bought for the fall time for our new house. I don't know. I'm gonna put it down and think about it just a little more. I've had these 2 wreaths since we moved into our house, and there are other wreaths in the store. They're super cute and pretty, and they look good on my door, but I don't really need anything other than what I already have. But I noticed while these were sitting in this tote, they were really starting to get kind of crunched up and bent, and so I actually think I need to find those wreath holders specifically made to keep these nice. Can I have the little, what is that, a turkey football? I got this last year and the kids absolutely love it. It's just this little turkey football figurine. I know turkey is very Thanksgiving, but this football season starts way before that. So we bring it out at the beginning of the fall season because we just love football so much in this family. Go Hawks. And half the people unsubscribe. This is another pillow that I got from JCPenney that I absolutely love, and this will fit into my decor this year. So I'm keeping this one. This little checkered pillow, it's super cute and cozy and comfy. This was also from JCPenney, but again, I'm kind of moving away from like the farmhouse look with like this big buffalo check. I was really into that last year, but not so much this year. And I could keep this to put like a pillow cover over it, but I do have plenty of other like pillow inserts. So I'm gonna put this over in the to-go pile. And another pillow I have here is this Get Cozy one. I got this at Michael's last year and I still love it. So I'm keeping that in there. This is one of my kids' favorite things. And you can tell it's one of their favorites because it has a missing foot. It's been used and abused. We've had this since the boys were babies, and so it's too sentimental. My kids always ask, where's the little squirrel? So I'm keeping this one, even though he is a little broken. And with what I decluttered out of my Thanksgiving specific stuff, this leaves me with only a few things, and I feel like they could fit into this tote, and I could actually eliminate 2 out of the 3 totes. We got these little Pilgrim turkeys a couple of years ago. We're missing the little dude turkey. I feel like he's in the boys' room somewhere, and they love these, so we're holding on to this. When I was growing up, my mom always had a cornucopia, out on the table during Thanksgiving time, and so I found this at a thrift store so many years ago, and I'm keeping this one. My kids love this too, this little corn car that says Happy Thanksgiving on it, and a hedgehog, my favorite animal, there on the back. How cute is that? And then we have hats for the kids. These are so fun for Thanksgiving. They like wear them on Thanksgiving and we just crack up at them. So we have a little pilgrim hat, a little turkey hat. These are super dorky, but my kids don't care about being dorks. They have such a good sense of humor. I am passing on that other turkey pillow with the sparkles on it, but I actually picked this up from Target at the end of the season. It was $5.98. And it's this more neutral toned pillow, and it kind of is a little boho. It's like new to me. It still is brand new. I've never used this, but it was actually during that time that I started being like, I really want to switch over to a more bohemian, like earthy sort of vibe. And I love like the patterns on this. I think it's totally more my style than the other one was. It has a little bit of beadwork, but it's not glitzy. So I'm glad I picked this up. This is one of those things that I did buy the year before that ended up being something that I love. Something else I picked up at the end of the year, this was from Michaels, and it's a flannel backed waterproof tablecloth. Kids and I do crafts on these. I love getting these from Michaels. And if you shop at the end of the season, they're like 90% off. So it was like 90% off, $8. I always try to get a few of these. And so I'm not putting this back in the tote because I'll just put this with my school supplies right now. And last but not least for my Thanksgiving decor is this little Give Thanks banner. This is quite possibly the most sentimental piece of decor that I own in the world because I purchased this in 2012, which was the year Weston and I got married. So this was our first holiday season together, and this was the first piece of seasonal decor that I've ever purchased. I had basically a non-existent budget for that sort of thing, so I remember having to choose just a couple of the things that I really liked, and I loved this banner. This is something that I'll never get rid of, so definitely putting that back into the tote. And guess what, you guys? All of my fall decor fits into one tote. Not including the wreaths, like I said. Those have to go into a little wreath holder of their own. But I think it is time for me to part with this. I've been thinking about it, and I think that this would bless someone else. So as you can see, I have added to this pile as I've put things back into the tote, and I never miss the things that I say goodbye to. Honestly, I never regret getting rid of things. They served me for their time, and now it's time to release them and bless someone else with them, and I am totally okay with that. And this is literally 2 totes worth of stuff that I'm getting rid of, and it makes me feel so much better that I have just a minimal number of things to put out into my house during the fall time. I love decorating, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, thinking about it and getting the totes down and diving through everything, I get excited, but I also get overwhelmed, and I think this is gonna help. So far, I have everything that I'm parting with piled into this tote here so that I can pass it on to family and friends. I have the one tote that everything fits into, just put back up on the shelf with those wreaths around it. It is pretty full, so I will probably end up splitting what I have, especially if I'm gonna get a couple of more things to round out the collection in the second tote. Again, it's not about eliminating the number of totes, it's about eliminating the number of individual items inside the totes and like my collection as a whole. So I probably will end up putting things into a second tote, but I'm so proud of myself that I ended up with just 1 tote's worth. That's pretty incredible to me. Well, hello everyone. It's a couple of days later, and now that I did all of that decor, decluttering, I had a really good idea at the end, like I was sharing, of what I needed to get moving forward. And so that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you right now. I was able to go and pick up just a couple of things, so I have a very affordable mini fall decor haul. This is just gonna fill in the gaps and round out the collection of the stuff that I did choose to keep. In the past, I've shared some affordable fall hauls or like shop with me videos for the fall time, and you guys know I like to shop at Marshall's, Michael's, and Target. This year I got stuff from Michael's and one thing from Target, and then I got something from Amazon. Marshall's or TJ Maxx, if you guys live in an area with TJ Maxx, they had nothing at my local store. And that's probably okay because Marshall's is one of those places that you go in to find something versus a store that you go in with something specific in mind. Stores like Marshall's can get you in trouble because you can spend way more than you ever intended to. Other stores are like that. Target and Michael's get like that too, not to mention Amazon. But I feel like I have better luck sticking to my budget if I go in with like an actual list of stuff that I know these specific stores carry. And that's what I did this time with that list that I created while I was doing my decor declutter. The kids were with me. Hi kids.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Are you all cozy underneath your little plush blankie?
Yeah. Where's the other new blanket that's like this?
It's out in the Fall Decor tote. I didn't mean to get this one out, but you guys saw it while I was decluttering and you kind of snagged it and brought it inside without me knowing. And they were all cuddling underneath it, much like they're doing right now. So they're gonna help me with this little haul of stuff that I got. So first of all, I found Mr. Pilgrim Turkey. Apparently he's missing his eyes, but that's okay. I could probably sew on eyes or just like draw them on with a Sharpie or something. So he's present and accounted for, so he's going back into the tote. Not a new purchase, just thought I would show you. He was actually in our coat closet. Here you go, Haley. So here are the few things that I picked up. So the only thing not on my list from this haul were these little pumpkins with their initials on them. Last year when I was decorating for the fall and also for Christmas time, the kids loved it so much that I put decor into their bedrooms. They are kids after my own heart. They just really love seasonal stuff. So all of their fall decor was 30% off right now, which is not the best deal that happens for their seasonal decor, but these little ceramic painted pumpkins were $5.99 each with 30% off of that, and then an additional 15% off that I get for my teacher's discount that I have. If you're a homeschooling mama like I am, you can register to get a teacher's discount through Michael's. So there's a little tip for you. So whose pumpkin is this? Liam's. Whose pumpkin is this one?
Mine.
Judah's. And whose pumpkin is this one? Haley's. Okay, something else that I got at Michael's was this little lantern, which was exactly what was on my list. To start, I was actually looking in the lantern section in like the fall area. They had a whole display of all these different lanterns, and yes, they were all 30% off, but they were all still pretty pricey. They were just more than I wanted to spend because I knew that at some point, even at a thrift store, I could probably find what I was looking for and not have to pay $45. Well, this specifically is not from the fall line, and that's a tip that I have for you guys to save money. You can find stuff from the end of springtime or like their summer collection that totally fits into your fall decor. It doesn't have to be labeled fall in order to make your house feel cozy for the fall time. And so I actually found this on a random shelf of other like glassware and vases and candle holders, and it was $4.98 or something like that. And this is what I'm gonna be dumping some pine cones into. And I have more pine cones, but I loved these with the little pumpkins in them, and these are the scented ones. I love these so much. By the way, if you walk into Michael's and you just smell like crazy amounts of cinnamon and clove, and this kind of has a vanilla smell too, this is what you're smelling. You are smelling the pine cones that they have that just have this amazing scent on them. So I'm gonna add these scented pine cones to the other pine cones that I found around our yard that we're going to put into here with some fairy lights that I have. And speaking of fairy lights, Target, I ended up picking up the clip little LED fairy lights. These were $5 per string, and they have 20 lights on them. They're battery operated, so you can put like rechargeable batteries in them. And this is really fun to like string leaves on, which I had those couple of packets of leaves still that I showed you earlier that will just clip onto these strings and make pretty little garlands. And the garlands that they were selling at Michael's were, I mean, some of them were $50 each. Yes, they were super cute, and if you have coupons or if it goes on sale, of course, you know, the price can go down. But you can't beat a $5 string of lights and leaves that you bought the year before. So that's what we're gonna do in the kids' room along with their little pumpkins. Hi, are you guys cuddling? They're so cute. Something else I got at Target was this mat, which this isn't specifically fall, but I am gonna put it out for the fall time. This is actually gonna go underneath the like woven mat that I have that's like a natural color. I like to kind of do the layered mat look. And this is the one that I got for this year, but it'll probably stay out throughout the rest of the year. I'm just gonna be starting to put it out for fall. So it's not specifically fall, but I thought I would include it. And then last but not least are these things. These are called billy balls. It's a type of natural flower. These are dried flowers and they look kind of janky right now. And honestly, they smell horrible, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got them out of the package because I bought these on Amazon and they're like dried, preserved, real flowers. And oh my gosh, I opened up the package and we were all just like gagging. They smell like horrible, dirty feet. So I'm gonna sit these out in my garage for a little bit and try to let them air out. I just wanted to put like 1 or 2 of these little sprigs in a bud vase because I think that looks really whimsical and cute. My friend Becca, she actually married one of my childhood friends. She had this at her house when we were there last year. One of my kids actually destroyed one of the little sticks, so I should probably send her a couple of these. I just thought it was super cute. It's the first time I had ever seen that, and she's so good at design. I'll actually link her Instagram below for you guys to check out. She has a whole like design company. She's so talented. So I'm taking a page from Becca's book, and I got myself some billy balls, but I do not remember them stinking when I was at her house. So hopefully they will air out and start smelling good. My sister Anna is actually on her way right now because I'm gonna let her have first dibs on the stuff that I'm parting with for fall decor. She just got married back in March, and so she's setting out on the journey to make a little collection of stuff for her house. I wanted her to look through the stuff first. I'll offer it to other family and friends and then donate the rest. But I think that's everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me while I went through the process of decluttering my decor for the fall time. I hope you got some decluttering motivation or maybe some decor ideas from either seeing what I held onto or parted with or a couple of the new things that I bought. But if nothing else, I hope it helped you get into the fall spirit a little bit. This is the time of year on YouTube and Instagram and other social media where you're gonna start getting bombarded with the pressure to buy things or the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. But if no one else has given you permission, let me be the first to say you do not have to go into debt, you don't have to break the bank, and you don't have to fill your house with a bunch of junk in order to create a cozy environment and to feel at home and to just spruce up your place and dress it for the new season. I'm always a big encourager of reusing your decor. You guys have seen me do that year after year. I mean, the little garland, the Give Thanks garland that I've had for 8 years, it's still going strong, even though it's a little bit faded or a little bit frayed, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's how I grew up. My mom, to this day, puts out the same decor that she did when I was a baby. And honestly, it just makes me feel like I'm so much at home when I'm over there. I love seeing the little stuff that she puts out, and I definitely want my kids to feel the same way. Liam, do you like it when Mommy puts out fall decor?
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing that Mommy puts out in the house during fall time?
The little squirrel.
The little squirrel.
I remember the fox and the squirrel.
Oh yeah, and the fox, the little white fox. Well, there you have it. From the mouth of babes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and got some encouragement from it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and be sure to check back next week for my declutter and decorate with me video that I am doing. I'm going to be sharing with you how I set out these things and dress my home for the fall season, so you'll get to see it kind of like scattered throughout my house, as well as get some decluttering motivation from it. If you enjoy my Messy to Minimal series, then be sure to check back for other videos that I post, because I always try to weave in some decluttering motivation or minimalism tips and inspiration for you guys, whether it's a decorating video or a recipe video or something like that, or just a day in the life vlog. I'm always trying to come from that minimalism mindset and be an encouragement that it's possible to live with less but still have a really cozy space. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you're subscribed with the bell button turned on so you don't miss my regular Monday videos, as well as bonus videos that I put out from time to time. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever wherever you are. Thanks so much for spending a little part of your day here with me on my channel. Thanks for watching today's video. And guys, can you help me say, I'll catch you later.
I'll catch you later.
I'll catch you later.
Let there be rain, and there was rain.